Yeah, sure, that's fine. Right, wherever.
Ask your name again.
It's Martin Palmer.
Hi, Martin Palmer. From?
I'm from, well, my radio show is Let Me Be The One, your radio show, and that's on Bradley Stoke Radio in the UK.
So you're a colleague of us?
Yes, I am, yes. So sort of everybody else here who isn't sort of a volunteer production staff or the artist, so yeah.
Can you tell us something about your program? What kind of music do you, it's Eurovision music, but what does your program sound like?
Well, it's sort of keeping up with the news of the week. So whatever's happening in Eurovision, I'll sort of get a bit of the news and then link a song to it. So obviously if it's to do with the artist, like at the moment, if it was Eurovision and say, I don't know, Lithuania, because we've got the badge in front of us, if they'd had their national final, I might play some music from that, or if the artist had been, if a winner had been, then I'd play that. I like to play new releases of artists that have been at Eurovision or national finals as well as they come out, and also cover the national finals themselves. So I try and play as many national final songs as I can on the show, ideally in the national final season, but also sort of when it gets to summer, when it's a bit quiet, I'll play some of the tracks that we'd heard that didn't make it to Eurovision, but I'll play it in the summertime so that people can then listen to them again, or maybe listen to them for the first time being national final, because of course not everybody listens to the national finals, so yeah. No.
And is there a lot of interest in the Eurovision? Because last year it was in Liverpool, so I can imagine that people are interested in the Eurovision more than they used to. Because in Britain they always said they only watch the points.
Yeah, so people in the UK say this, and you'll find that there's still a massive audience watching the whole thing. Yeah. It's just because it's a thing for a lot of people, the general public in the UK, to still knock a bit and sort of say, I'm not interested in Eurovision, but they'll still watch that one night in May and watch all the songs, and then they'll complain that the UK is not getting any points. Apart from when we actually do bother to send something amazing like Sam Ryder and Spaceman, and then everyone goes, oh yeah, brilliant, and then they find out that, it's in Liverpool, can I get tickets? Yeah. and then unfortunately, because it was May Muller didn't do very well, we're probably dipping back into the sort of, it'll be back to the interest of it solely being for that one night in May, unfortunately. But UK people watch it. It's just that it's not as fanatical as, say, like in Sweden or Norway.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Where we're not really. It's for the general public. It is really just that one night in May. So.
And the UK entry was here last year.
Yes.
She's such a lovely person.
Yes, I mean, I think some of the backing that some of the UK artists get is probably, especially if they're not established. So I think Ollie Alexander will probably cope quite well with what's going on because he's used to it. And I think Sam Ryder was just such a personality that everyone immediately loved him.
He was also here because perhaps we have to tell the people that Ollie isn't to be found anywhere.
He was here earlier on, but he was tucked away behind the screen out of the main arena bit. But he was there was a massive queue for him all the time, so I didn't get to interview him. Ironically, I got to interview Tally from Luxembourg, who was sitting in the little alcove next to him. But no, it's ironically the only time I've interviewed a UK artist in this promo event was Sam Ryder. So the only time that we've actually done well is when I've interviewed a UK artist. I don't know if that's any link or any omen. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it was a shame for May Muller. I think she's a nice lady, and she can definitely got her own style. But I think Eurovision probably wasn't the sort of fit in a way, which is a bit of a shame. So
how do you feel this year, Dizzy by Ollie Alexander?
Yeah, he can do the business, he can sing live, he can perform live. I think it's all going to come down to staging and how well that looks. All we've seen so far is he did a thing with, I don't know if you've ever heard of Anton Deck, who's sort of like our big entertainers on one of the channels, and it was sort of like a roundabout sort of thing with about 4 different segments to it, and he kept going through, and there was something else going on, and sort of like Ant and Dec, they're from Newcastle, so all dressed in Newcastle football shirts and kicking balls, and it's not going to be like that, but I'm sure, but we don't know what it's going to be like that. It could be, the song
is nice. The song is nice.
No clue. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, nice might sum it up quite well. It's when you think about what we've got from Croatia and from Estonia or from Switzerland and
from the Netherlands.
All from the Netherlands.
Europapa.
No, exactly. Does it stand out from those song-wise? No, it doesn't. So it's going to have to stand out some other way. Don't know. I think it is all literally.
That's often the case. It has to stand out.
Yeah, it's literally going to be how it looks. How it looks on the night, I think, for Ollie Alexander.
Well, you are a radio show, we are a radio show, so we play songs. What's your favorite song of the UK of all the years?
Of all the years, that's an easy one. The New Seekers, Beg, Steal or Borrow in 1972. That's my favourite ever UK song. Favourite, if you want to know, favourite ever Eurovision song, Marie-Myriam, Le Soleil et l'Enfant, 1977 France.
Le Soleil et l'Enfant, yeah. It was the favourite of Lazara, of France last year. The singer, Lazara.
I mean, amazing voice. I think the staging was a bit odd, really. So I think that's the reason.
It was scary, looking scary on stage, on the big pole.
I don't mind scary. It just looked a bit weird, especially in the arena. So yeah, yeah.
We're going to play it.
What will happen if Ollie had to compete in the semis? Would he go to the final?
I'm pretty sure he would. I think he would, even before we know the staging. I think he would. I think the fact of, if you ever seen him live or via TV, he connects well, he performs well, he's got personality on stage. So I think that, and the song is good, and I think that would be enough to get him through to the final, even if he was performing the semi-final. How well he's going to do after that, don't know.
Do you think that the UK has to be in the semi-final or not?
Well, I don't think the EBU would allow it, would they? They would run out of money. Them and us and Germany, never. That we're probably the two. I don't know how much France, Italy, and Spain, but I think we're definitely, because it's not only the money. Of course, it's still important to have the TV market share, and there's still a lot of people that watch from the UK and Germany. And if we disappeared, I think then all of a sudden they'd be very worried about the television event that is Eurovision. So yeah, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, in a way, because I think, but at least it'll be interesting this year because they've now made it so that our whole songs are actually seen on the semi-final night. Will that make a difference? We'll only know after we get all the scores, I suppose.
I'm very excited if it works.
Yeah, I think it's. I wonder if one of the big five or a couple of the big five have actually said to the EBU, "Come on, we've got to do this now." But we'll see. But yeah, I think it's fair because it was always a bit of not a very good situation. It's like you get 30 seconds and then they say, "Oh, you can see the rest online." Who's going to do that? Nobody's going to do that, are they?
This is better that they can perform and they can feel the ambience in the hall and.
Yeah, exactly. At least they get a full dry run as well, and they know it matters. Yeah. Whereas sometimes if it's a rehearsal. And then you show that, then sometimes people might go, "Oh, well, that wasn't very good." But then even though that they're thinking, "Oh, I'm holding back on my voice," they will have to go for it because they know that it's going to matter. So.
Ja, dan is het voor het echi. We say in Dutch. Oh, right. It's for het echi.
That's fair enough.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all right, no problem at all. Thank you.